Here's another of chapter of Shadowrun. Johnny Clean, my main man. Oh, there he is. That's not. What did I do? Oh, okay, you're just talking about me. Well, crazy begets crazy, just like hate begets hate. Yeah, fuck you, Johnny. You're not supposed to tell anybody. Okay, fine. Fair enough. I don't think he was acting. Well, we know he wasn't acting alone, so there's got to be more story. Look, like Frankenstein. Yeah, that's about the size of it. That's interesting. Oh, his sister's his mother. This just got real Alabama real fast. But I will say, there's a thing about storytelling, and there's a big kerfuffle about Cowboy Bebop right now because Netflix dropped its it's dropped its first looks, and people are mad, and I honestly don't give a fuck, because if you do the story right, it won't matter. At the same time, I will quote Bill Murray from Ghostbusters 2, "Aren't you supposed to lie to me and kiss my butt?" Well, he says, "I'm a voter, you know, first." And the I said I lived in LA. I lived a mile from Paramount Studios. I did background work. I know a little bit. I have peeked behind the curtain more than anybody who has not lived in LA probably ever has, unless you live in a place where they film like Toronto or I think Boston has a pretty big filming scene. Also Wilmington, Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm bad at the Carolinas. I'm a dirty heathen northerner. I know, godless heathen northerner. That's what I am. But you know, it's plan my next move. Can I go down and buy new shit? That's all I care about right now. But anyway, like you don't say what she said. You don't act like an asshole. And I don't understand why that's the current trend. Like make what you want to make. I love Star Wars. I grew up living, breathing, eating, shoving little R2D2s up my nose. Like I said, I'm not a smart man. But I I I was so deep into it, and I'll be honest, I don't like any of the new movies, the new trilogy, the stuff Abrams did. I saw Force Awakens in theaters, and then was just like, okay, that's nice. I'm out. I don't. I'm out. But I'm not gonna call them bad. If you like them, I'm happy. I am happy for you because you have found something that brings you joy. You have found something that you like, and if you feel even the slightest amount of magic that I felt when I was introduced to Star Wars and loved it so much, good. How is that a bad thing? How can anybody view that as a bad thing? You know, I felt pure magic when I first saw Star Wars. I still feel it every now and then. I wish I could feel it again for the first time, and that's also why I'm not sad about leaving 40K, because there are other things like BattleTech, and he just has the same stuff. But you experiencing something for the first time, feeling that magic, feeling that joy, is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I used to be a very cynical, bitter asshole. Very, very cynical. Very, very bitter. But it's not. As somebody who's done that, it's not worth it. It's There are way better things, you know, to buy you. Right? I have enough money. I have a ton enough money. Also, like, oh, I can only do that to one leg. I already have that. You know, I think what started that whole mindset is I went to Disneyland of all places. You know, and Disney is not no corporation is your friend. No corporation is looking out for you. I mean, I think that rings very true because I'm playing Shadowrun, but by the way, I should level up. 20 karma! This is great! But, let's get more ranged combat and let's get more rifle. More gun. More gun the good. But, and we'll spend the last one on more quickness so that we can get more gun and more rifle. But my whole point is, you know, I think what Walt Disney stood for was wonderful. I think trying to bring excitement and joy was what he actually wanted to do. I think the whole strikes at the communists and the slander that he went through there, and I will call it slander. If they printed it, it's also libel. Thank you, J. Jonah Jameson, for that you know, verbiage or I didn't hire anybody. Oh well, fuck it. Should buy medkits next time too. But with what an he was burned out and he needed to find a new way to be creative. And there are a bunch of people, you know, you find on places like YouTube or Instagram or maybe even Etsy. I don't know. I personally kind of like Etsy. And some of the stuff that people have sold there and how creative they are. Don't tell me that my game is not going to go. Oh, good. It just went off at a weird angle. But, you know, if you can find a new way to be creative and it's good for you, do it. You know, sorry, I lost plot a little bit right there. That's a sexy elf. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, no corporation's good for you, and I think greedy people often come in and take advantage of. Oh, hey, Jake. Yeah, I think people will try to co-opt and worm in. I mean, look at the state of YouTube. Honestly, look at how many. Yeah, I don't know how many people were around, but when people were like, "Oh man, I'm making all these video game montages." This is back when Call of Duty was big. You know, look at Wings of Redemption. If you haven't seen the down the rabbit hole on him, it's actually pretty interesting. But he came from a time where you couldn't make money on YouTube until you partnered. Or DSP is another you know case study. I'm not going to say he did good content. Like, if you like him, good. If you don't like him, okay, watch something else. You know, if you're going to hate watch somebody, find something better to fucking do with your time. But, like, don't even hate watch me. I don't care about fucking views or clicks or anything like that. But when you look at them, they went from a place where it was like, I'm doing all this work. I'm doing the work of a small production company by myself or with people, or people are helping me out for free, and we're not getting paid for it. Okay. You know, so then YouTube steps in and they had the partner program where certain conglomerates would help fund YouTube channels. Great, awesome, good. Then you found out what they were actually doing. You know, you had Machinima is the one to look at right there, and how they rose and fell. I remember when it was such a big deal to be picked up by Machinima. You know, I think that you know, it oh, oh, okay, plot's thickening. But I think that, you know, something like that will come in and take advantage of anything, and then YouTube laxed its rules and started its AdSense program, or it would pay people. Great, beautiful, good, but they're taking like a 45. I think I was watching It's a Gundam a little while ago, and he was talking about the OnlyFans drama, because you know, I will not partake, because I think if you partake, you're just a shit-flinging chimpanzee at that point. But you know, you can talk about the big idea about things, but people were complaining that OnlyFans was taking 20%. You know, they were making billions of dollars, making air quotes billions of dollars, but they're paying away 80% of it. You know, that's why the company that raked in, you know, over $1 billion only pocketed the company after it paid everybody out, only pocketed about 400 million, or had I can't remember if they pocketed 400 million or if that's just what they had left to run the site after they paid out all of the people that were making content for their site. Then you know, pay people for when they make stuff. I'm not saying that people that are on OnlyFans aren't doing anything to earn money, aren't doing anything worth earning money over. I honestly don't care. You know, I don't hate people who play those games. But don't misunderstand what's going on at the same time and think that, you know, OnlyFans as a company is making, you know, billions of dollars. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars, which still, you know, to somebody like me, that's still pretty good. That's still, you know, wonderful. That's why, you know, Patreon's not I don't think is inherently bad. Subscribestar isn't inherently bad. They called her a beautiful elf too. I can feel good. But, you know, just then you have all when OnlyFans recently had its mess up and said, you know, we're going to take away the porn. You had all these other places. Uh-oh, this is bad. This is a bad guy. We gonna fight? Yep, we're gonna fight. But anyway, you had all these other places that are less secure that might have, you know, things that are illegal on there, like taking advantage of children, which is something I find fucking abhorrent and disgusting. You know, like every person probably should. Oh, line of sight's always blocked. Oh wait, yeah, I can still hit the full delete button. Awesome. That doesn't get old. That does not get old. But you have these other places that are now coming in and taking 30% that everybody's gravitating towards. Just like... you have minimum range. You know, you have all these video hosting sites that are complaining or trying to be safe havens from places like YouTube. You know, we respect free speech, or we'll let you say what you want to say. We won't punish you for saying certain naughty words, or we won't punish you for discussing certain sensitive topics. I don't need to hit the instant delete button. I can just regular delete them. But, can I see them? Yeah, I can see them. Great. But you have them competing against one another and basically having their own sort of pissing contest where, you know, well, we're better. Well, you guys aren't because you know, you have this, you have that. And instead of just being like, hey, here's a community, here's you know, here's something where a bunch of people can come together and share their shit, you know, or here's something where you know, we can all just talk and laugh and have a good time. And it might be a little offensive to some, but take it all in good fun. Oh, they just keep coming, don't they? You know, but they have to shit on each other because they have to be the next big thing. why I don't like a lot of modern businesses, because we have to make, if we're not making 400%. Yeah, I like encouragement. Like, blonk, ploop. But, you know, I don't understand why we can't just settle for base hits sometimes. You know, I got a small chance to hit, but, you know, but I mean, that's probably why I. Oh, that's an area effect. Awesome. It's fireball. Oh, I missed. Just take cover. But it just greed sort of always spirals, always corrupts. You know, and it's very easy to fall into a greedy trap. And we froze. Well, let me fix this. Well, they've surrounded me, and I fixed that hiccup. I'll fix it in post, I guess. But since they've surrounded me, I can fight in whichever direction I'd like. That's the beauty about being surrounded. Tap him? Yeah, tap him. I'll just do a lot of damage and I'll let Shotgun Girl fix it. She can fix anything with her shotgun. And she misses. Yeah, what I was saying about, you know, greed. I can hear scratching coming from the crypt. Awesome. That's probably the way to go. Oh no. Don't hit Jake. Don't hit Jake. Don't hit Jake. You gotta reload. Can I get you closer? Will you hit? No, not that. I keep messing up. But, you know, why can't we be happy with base hits sometimes? Oh, they're actual ghouls. And, yeah, I'll just, hey, if they provide XP, we'll reload and we will hit the delete button. Deleted. Do you have any? Oh. Shotguns are neat. I should still look at special things. I don't know, that's about as, like, political as I kind of want to get. You know, I find the whole stuff dumb. I find a lot of things that people do just baffling, and just how tribal that people want to get, and gleefully participate while saying, well, I don't like it when things get like this. Well, then why are you contributing? You know, that's something I don't understand. I don't like when people get political, but let me tell you about the best way to have peace in the Middle East. And it's just, oh, you missed. You know, or let me tell you the problem with how Texas is run. Let me tell you about all the dumb shit in California. Let me tell you about, you know, just... Oh, more goals. Great. We can I was gonna reload and fight him, but fuck it. You know, I don't understand why, and this is one of the big reasons why I left California, is everybody knew exactly how everybody else should live their life, and I'm sorry, but what does a person in LA know about plowing snow? Send to mustache. Wait, do I have a full inventory? No. Oh, looks like I gotta go fight him. Yay! More fighting! Reload. You know, I would constantly tell people, they'd be like, oh my god, it's cold. It's not cold. You don't know what cold is. I grew up in New England. I won't lecture you on how hot it is, because I have no idea. I mean, I kind of do. I've been to Tennessee and know what a non-dry heat actually feels like. It's not pleasant. I enjoyed Tennessee a lot. I enjoyed everybody I talked to was very, very nice. It was a fun time for me. But I also weirdly get along with almost everybody. Because I take people, this is my personal philosophy, is I don't care, you know, who you like to fuck. I don't care, you know, what you look like. I mean, to some extent, you know, they're, you know, but I don't care what race you are. I don't give a fuck. I really, really do not give a single flippin' fuck about a lot of this shit. And that's how I made friends in LA. I was told by somebody, oh, it takes 3, fireball. I was told by somebody, you know, I worked at a restaurant. I was specifically told the guys in the back, who are all various shades of Latin, you know, Hispanic, whatever you want to say. We had Hondurans, Mexicans, Guatemalans, Salvadorians. I don't know. We had one lady who was from Peru as well. You know, so I think the only sort of nationality I didn't come across was somebody who's from Chile and Brazil. And I even when I moved back to New England, I met somebody who was from I always get it wrong. British Guyana? It's British Guyana. It's not Ghana. Where the Jim Jones massacre happened. I'd forgotten that's where it happened until they told me, because it's like that's about the only thing people know about my home country, you know. And he had considered himself a part of the Caribbean, which I was like, I thought that was just the islands, but apparently not. Cool. I learned something. I learned about how a group of people viewed themselves, which is always neat, you know. And I think that taking those people, and we talk about our past, we talk about, you know, our moms, and we talk about how, you know, you like, for them sometimes it was a flip-flop, but trying to duck the blow to the back of the head, you know, and things that your mom would do like that are, I found out they're a universal human response. A lot of moms like to hit their sons, apparently. Jokingly, a lot more than seriously, but we bonded over that. I made friends with, you know, people from South Central that ran in certain circles that I would never myself run in, but we were friends. We respected each other. I had a guy who was African American actually, you know, say, "Hey, you know what sucks?" And I go, "What?" And he goes, "You know, the stereotype that I should love fried chicken and watermelon." And I go, "Yeah, that's, you know." And he said, "But you know what even sucks even more?" And I go, "What?" And he said, "That they're fucking delicious and I do love them." And I go, "Yeah, they are. I love fried chicken and watermelon." And we laughed and we joked. And they would give me shit for growing up as a, you know, white guy in New England. And it was all good, because nothing was personal. And we used our differences to bond and bring us together as people. A lot of people don't like that for some reason anymore. I don't know why. But also, those are jokes I know I can only tell to them. There are certain conversations I know I can only have with them that you can't have with other people like right out the gate, because you do have to earn respect, and you do have to sort of find out your own personal culture with them. I think personal 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 connections are key. You know, you can't walk up to somebody and say a Dave Chappelle joke. I don't think. You know, but you both can watch it and laugh, and you both can know that hey, it's wrong, it's not true, but it's a stereotype. And trust me, I'm somebody who really likes plain mayonnaise sandwiches. Anyway, with all that uncomfortableness out of the way that will get me kicked off YouTube, have fun. If you're not having fun, go find something that is fun.